Function overloading is a feature that exists in many typed programming languages. If you're not familiar with the concept, it basically means that you create multiple functions that have the same name but differ in their type somehow. The concept is the same in TypeScript, but the implementation is a little different since TypeScript compiles to JavaScript, which does not have types. Because the types are removed at compile time, having multiple JavaScript functions with the same name will cause a problem. Therefore, in order to overload functions in TypeScript, you provide multiple function definitions, but you only provide one implementation. That implementation function must use type guards to determine which overload was called and what action to perform based on that. In this example, I'm going to overload a function named getTitles. The first version of this function will accept a single string parameter and return an array of strings. The second version will accept a Boolean parameter and return an array of strings. Notice that neither of these functions contains an implementation. I've basically told TypeScript that I want to have two versions of the getTitles function that will differ in the type of parameters they accept. I now need to provide the implementation function. Since there will only be one actual implementation, but it needs to work with both string and Boolean parameters, I'm going to declare the type of the parameter on the implementation to be any. Then, inside the function, I have to check the type of the parameter and execute different conditional logic based on that. I first check to see if the parameter is a string, in which case I would go gather a list of books by the author name in the string. If the parameter is a Boolean, I gather books based on their availability, true or false. This is admittedly a little clunky, but it does provide you with a way to overload functions, which is supported by some editors like Visual Studio Code, as we'll see in the next demo.